Hello, folks. First Chronicles video for a while because of logistics. I still do not have control of resources or location. I have to ask a friend to help me out with the location to make the videos. Still trying to get past those logistical problems because the troubles in the world in the last couple of years have not helped. They have hindered, in fact, me and everyone else. But here we are. It's been a while, all the same, since we last had a video, but here's one to keep things going. Question this time. I'm thinking about it. When I first started buying records, it was 1971, and I bought my first ever record. But I look back and I see that the records that I bought back, all singles, by the way, all singles. I couldn't afford albums at the time. And the records that I bought in 1971, beginning, by the way, around about July or August, so only the last half of 1971. And the singles that I bought were such an eclectic mix of genres. It was a case of, I heard that, I like it, I'll buy it. And I did, it was only later on that I kind of, when I really get into glam rock and became a big T-Rex fan, that I suppose I kind of narrowed my taste for a couple of years before broadening out again. But okay, so what were my first 5 single buys in that last part of 1971? Couldn't afford to buy even singles very much. I was a kid at the time, 14 or something. But here we are, Coco, the sweet glam rock band. That was my first ever single. That's recorded on the Chronicles Facebook page as a question out there as part of an article, in fact. Also, you don't have to be in the army to fight in the war. I was into Mungo Jerry. Mungo Jerry was a band that was tipped to be the next big thing before T-Rex came along and glam rock came along. Their first 2 singles, In the Summertime and Baby Jump, both got to number 1. Next single, Lady Rose, top 5. And then they just kind of faded out. They got hits for a few years after that, but they did not transpire to be the next big thing, as a lot of people thought they would be, or the band would be. And I was into them. I got You Don't Have to Be in the Army to Fight in the War. It's one of the great Youth Rebellion singles. I think it's still got a great lyric. It's a great song. So that was 2. I'm not saying that these are in order apart from Coco. Next, Tweedledee Tweedledum by the band Middle of the Road. Pure pop. Had a string of hits. Massive hit was Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep. This was it the immediate follow-up after Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep? I can't remember. It was certainly a 1971 single, of course, and I bought it. And it's just another pure pop single. Next one. Witch Queen of New Orleans, Redbone. I mean, this is, what is it? It's a bit soul, it's a bit jazz, it's a bit blues. Heavy song, really. And that's in the mix with the rest. And the next one, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, the Joan Baez version. Folk song, of course, first made famous by the band previously, some years earlier, or a year or 2 earlier. And American kind of folk tradition song about the American Civil War. Very well-known song, you know what it's about. But those are my first 5 singles all in the same year, 71, the last half of that year. Coco by the Sweet, You Don't Have to Be in the Army to Fight in the War, a kind of foot stomper teenage rebellion song. Tweedledee Tweedledum is just pure pop. It's That's what it is. Witch Queen of New Orleans, heavy sounds. The night they drove Old Dixie down, the Joan Baez version, folky sound. So a real eclectic mix in my first 6 months or so of single buying. And there it is. So my question is, what was your first year of buying record? Well, singles, we'll say buying singles. Don't have to remember absolutely precisely. This is not precise. There may have been others in there in 71 as well. Can't remember right now, but I remember these, and they're such a mix of styles and genres. So what were your, it doesn't have to be 5, it could be whatever you remember, your earliest first few singles when you started buying singles? Those are mine. And as we're back making videos, I'm going to do the pointy downy thing. This is my kind of YouTube catchphrase, the pointy downy thing. I'm pointing down to the subscribe button and the link button and the leaving comments facility on YouTube and Facebook, asking you to please subscribe to the channel. We are steadily growing, even with our difficulties. And let's get that moved on a bit, I hope. Subscribing, I've noticed that other people on YouTube are pointing this out because subscribe is a kind of loaded word. Sounds as though you have to pay money. No. Subscribe is the same as liking the Facebook page. It's free to do. Just click subscribe. You've subscribed. No money involved. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave some comments. What are your first singles buying memories? It's just to see if it's as in a wider range of sounds as mine appears to be. And with that, I will leave you to the question, and I will see you hopefully sooner than a few months or a few weeks, which is the space between this and the last video. But I will see you next time. Take care.